Hello guys, in this video we will try to change this old looking head unit with a new display and change from this to this. So in this case we are in a 2013 Skoda Superb, but as you can see this is a standard head unit for Volkswagen. So for this I have the VWX7A, I think this is how is it called, from Eonon, which claims that it's exactly fitted for Volkswagen cars, so it will be really easy to install. So let me guide you to the unboxing to see what's inside here and then try to install it and see how easy it is to install. Okay, so let's go through with the unboxing. This is everything that you will find in the box. As you can see, the main important thing is the head unit, then the user manual, and then the harness, which is completely connected and plug and play. I will show you later how to connect everything to the tablet itself. The backup camera, and here we have the GPS antenna and the microphone, which is optional because also the unit has a built-in microphone over here, so you can use either, but for a better quality you can use this if you have space in your car to put it. And additionally you have two USB cables that you can route in the glove box in case you want to put a USB stick with some music or something, but nevertheless this unit has 4 GB of RAM and 64 GB of storage. And also here there's a spare fuse and also this reset. As you can see here, there is a space you can reset the unit in case of emergency. So this is the user manual. You can find everything you need, also connection pinout and the connector for the tablet itself. It's over here, and here is the model that we are talking about, VWX7. By the way, very important, if you want to buy one of these head units from Eonon, take a look in the comment section and also in the description. I have a discount code for $10 on any of the models from Eonon. Just put at your cash out, put the promo code Adrian, and you have a $10 or euros depending on where you are. As for the tools, you only need these two tools. A pry tool from out of plastic. Don't use a screwdriver to remove the bezel because you will scratch it. So use something plastic. A pry tool will be perfect. And the second tool is a screwdriver with a star or a Torx bit, for removal of the unit. So let's get ahead and show you how to remove this. So gently, as you can see over here, just insert it here and it will pop out. So 2 tabs on this side and also 2 tabs on this side as well, and it will completely come out. Pay attention, here is the LED for the passenger airbag. You will have to squeeze this connector over here and completely disattach. We will reuse this mask. This will fit perfectly underneath, and it will look really nice. So now we have to remove the old unit, and we have 4 screws, one here, here. We will reuse those screws to install the Android head unit from Eonon. So 4 screws. We need to not lose them. We will put them over here, right next to our shifter. And now we can completely remove the unit, the old one. And here on the back side we have 3 connectors. So there are two FACRA connectors. This one is for the antenna, for the radio antenna, and the other one is for the GPS antenna from the car. And here, unfortunately, I cannot show you, because it's really short. The cable is really short, but I can explain. Here the connector, you only need to put the finger underneath and just lift it. It has a swivel connector, as you can see. Now let me tell you about this harness. At first glance it looks a little bit confusing, a lot of cables, but actually it comes completely connected, and it's like a Lego. You can completely understand where to put all of them in the back of the unit itself. So this big connector goes to the connector of the car, so it completely connects like that. And then you have on each white connector like this their specific mother connector on the back of the unit. So first we need to connect all of them in the right place, and then the big one, this one, goes to the car connector. Also on the cable we have this box. This is the CanBox. This makes the decoding of the car ECU and communicates with the tablet itself, or the head unit itself, and tells all the data from the car, so you can see it on the head unit. So let's start connecting one by one all the connectors. So this one, there are not two connectors that looks the same, so you cannot put them wrong. So this one fits here. This is the biggest one. Another white one. This one, you see, it's the last connector over here, so is this one. This is for the backup camera. Then we have this one, which is actually the antenna. And if you remember, I said already that it's already an adapter, so we have this FACRA connector that will come connected with the original antenna of the car, on this side. And this is the power and the speaker connector that comes over here in this area over here. Of course there are additional connections here for the other cables. At this point we have everything connected. There are only three things we need still to connect. Is the backup camera, but first we have to route the cable through the back of the car. We need the GPS antenna over here, but for this we need again to route the cable to the pillar of the car, and the USB cables that will be routed again in the glove box if you want to use a USB stick. But at this point now everything is connected and we can install this into the car. So let's start and connect now the two main connectors. One is this big connector, that comes over here like so, hopefully you can see, and then swivel and lock in place. Make sure it clicks in place, then you have a solid connection. And if you remembered, this is the original antenna of the car, and for this we have this adapter that comes directly into place like this. It will click, and then this retainer has to be pushed inside and it will be completely secured, and then everything can be placed inside. Of course we need to connect, as I said, the GPS antenna and the backup camera. Due to the fact it will take a lot of time and I don't want to make this video really long, I will show you how to connect the antenna over here. The routing part you can do it on your own, specific for your car. Okay, now let me show you the camera itself. This is the cable that needs to be routed from the head unit to the back of the car, and here is the camera that needs to be mounted right next to your license plate. The connection of this is really simple. From the camera you have their specific end of the cable, RCA, and then power to power up the camera. Yeah. And on the other end, you have this RCA for video feed and the ground, and the red wire, which is 12 volt, that will be provided to the camera when you hit reverse. And on this other cable, you only need to connect this, and then these two cables needs to be joined together and use some electric tape to isolate the 12 volt feed in the back of the unit. And that's it. You don't need these two cables over here, yeah, to take power from the reverse light as for the other head units like this. Okay, so hopefully this is a better view. The unit powered on contact. Here we have the backup camera, and when we hit reverse, the car goes into reverse and the feed is on the camera. Okay, so everything back in place. I've routed off camera the GPS antenna. You can see it there. You can put it behind the pillar cover, but just make sure it is behind the airbag curtain. Yeah. Also connected the backup camera through the down pillar through there, right back to the back of the car. And also in the glove box I have the USB cables in case I need to connect the USB stick. So then put the 4 screws back in place. Don't forget to put the connector for the airbag on off LED. And now we can put the cover back in place. Hopefully I can do it with one hand. And voila, this is how it looks. Yeah, really nice. A big 9-inch display in your car. So let's discuss a little bit about functionality. The unit has 4 GB of RAM and 64 GB of internal storage. The interface is really nice, and as you can see, the animations are really smooth. Has integrated CarPlay and Android Auto via this application, Z-Link, and it only needs for your phone to be connected via Bluetooth. Yeah, 000, and it will start after the connection automatically to enter Android Auto, as you can see. Yeah, so this is a really nice feature. Has built-in Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. Other features, since it has a CanBox and communicates with the car's ECU itself, you can find out all the information regarding the car, like the mileage, the amount of gas in the tank, and the speed, value of the oil, temperature, and everything related to the car. Also works if you open the door, it will indicate exactly which car door is open, and if you don't have your seatbelt, also it will inform you about that. Regarding sound quality, it has a really good DSP. It sounds really good. I will not put a lot of audio because I will get a copyright strike, but it sounds really nice. This is radio, yeah. And also the music, if you want to connect a USB drive with MP3, it will sound just perfect. Additionally, also the air control is also integrated. Yeah, it detects the value of the temperature and responds instantly, so you don't have to look here. You see all the information over here. And last but not least, you have integrated Netflix and YouTube if you want to not use Android Auto and just watch some movies on the run. Of course, don't drive and watch movies, this is clear. Other than this, overall, this is a really good head unit. I highly recommend it. It works really smooth. And if you want to buy something like this, just go on the official website of Eonon and order from there. If you put the promo code Adrian, you have 10 euros on or $10 discount on your purchase. So yet again, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoy this, put a thumbs up. I will highly recommend. And why not subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much and see you in the next one. Bye-bye.